Hello and welcome to another Ziege Gaming unboxing video. Today we have for you a very late recording. The Dragon Ball set had just dropped. We picked them up from our LGS at midnight, so a huge shout out to Ziege Games in Howell, Michigan. And with the drive, it's like 1 a.m. But anyways, wanted to record this video for you, get it up. And I want to say that this will probably be the last Dragon Ball video that we put on the channel unless we see just a huge uptick in players at Ziege Games in Howell, Michigan. So if we do, if you guys want to support the game, you want to support the channel, make sure you head to Ziege Games in Howell, Michigan to play the game. We will be doing probably like finals and deck spotlights if we get a good turnout. So otherwise, look forward to that. If not, we might do some unboxings in the future, but we won't be dedicating a whole bunch of time for it. But again, with Ziege Games, they did give us a box to be opening on the channel. It was part of our pre-order, and we had some other stuff too. So as you guys know, if you've already won our other giveaway, we did a giveaway with that. And for this, we'll probably be, I don't know, selling it, giving away the opens, maybe give it to Frisco, who is planning on playing the game. Who knows? Today, we're just going to be doing the unboxing and open some packs and see what we get, so you guys can see some of the cards in the set. And that's another reason why we really like to cover a bunch of different trading card games as they come out. It gives you guys an idea to see kind of what the cards are, what the effects are, what have you. So this is just going to be a straight box opening, nothing special. You guys have probably seen one of these already, or you've seen a lot of the cards, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time going through them. I'm just going to kind of open the pack, see what we get, and move on. There's always a chance of a God pack. But I doubt we're going to open one of those, so I'm just going to quickly go card by card in case you guys haven't seen these yet. And that way you can stop the camera if you want and, learn or read a bit more of the cards and kind of learn the different things that are going on. So every card has a rare in it, a series of uncommons. So for our first rare, we have Bewitching God Vados. So for anyone that's played Force of Will, or I think old Kaijido had the same foiling style. I'm not sure how good this is coming through in the video. That is the kind of foiling that they use. So put rares off to the side and just open these up as we're going through them. I think someone had mentioned that you get 4 to 8 double R's per pack, and they have full arts and some other stuff. But we really won't get into too much into that in this video, so we're going to put our double R's aside at the end so we can see what we got. So this is going to be our, I'm sorry, they're called SRs, not double R's. That's Bushy Road coming through. So we have our first SR, and that's Destructive Terror Champa. And I will say, it has the Bushy Road foiling, as I know a lot of people are going to call it by, that kind of gold press or gold stamping, I forget what the official term is. And they look okay. So I think it's probably going to be a hit or miss on a few of them, but I think overall that they do look okay. I will say, for the little bit we got to play of constructed decks, we did proxy it up a little bit, that the Ginyu Force deck is absolutely fun to play. I don't think it's going to be that competitive. Could be terribly wrong, but it just seemed to get too easily countered by some of the other cards. And for our first leader, we have a rare leader, God of Destruction Champa. So this is the normal side that it starts on. I'll give that a second so you guys can read the effect. And then this is the rare side that it flips into. So again, not going to spend a lot of time opening this, just going to kind of go through it, see what the ratios are, and then go from there. And of course, if we got to get a God pack, then all the value as well. So again, I just want to take a moment again to say, if you guys want to support the game, if you want to see it take off locally, make sure, if you're in Michigan, I guess I should add that note as well, make sure to check out, Vegeta. I really do like this one as well. Not one of the better Vegetas, but it's still, the critical is a very strong effect. If you guys want to support the game and see it do well in Michigan, make sure to check out Ziege Games. They're one of the first stores to promote the game. And I think we have about 20-odd people that are going to be coming out for the Structure Deck Tournament. We had 20 we had 20 even at the pre-release event as well. We actually were the only undefeated, I should say only 3-0 at the end of the event. So because it was a pre-release, we capped at 3 rounds. And we did end up, well, we won it. I'll go ahead and say that, since we were the only 3-0 at the end of it. 12-drop Whis probably won't see a lot of play. I'll just put that in focus for a moment and go on. So just another rare. I will say the pre-release was a lot of fun. We ended up using 4 packs and the half decks just because that's what we had, and we wanted to give promos away and other stuff. But it worked out pretty well. I understand where Bandai wants to do 6 promos, or 6 promos, 6 booster packs, but it's a very high cost for, and there's another Vegeta. It's a very high cost for stores to try to do 6 packs for draft. So I'm not sure how sustainable that format is, and if that's what it's going to be going forward. But I understand where Bandai was coming from, and the set is pretty draftable. I gotta say, as somebody who's not drafted a lot, I gotta say I was very pleasantly surprised with how the event went. Oops, sorry. So they got a Frieza Vegeta, and then we have another leader, just a rare. The rare Frieza, and this is kind of the sacrifice your own guys. I do like this one. I found that activating 2 energy and drawing a card can actually be very, very relevant. And again, we haven't done a lot of testing, so take this with a grain of salt. But it is probably one of my other tier 1 leader picks for the first set. But who knows as the meta evolves and kind of what direction things go in. So again, if any of these cards catch your attention, go ahead and feel free to stop the video. Again, we're just trying to go through this pretty fast. And there we go. We have another SR. Golden Frieza Resurrected Terror, which is a triple strike. There's not too many triple strikes in this first set. And these lights are really not catching this gold stamping. So this dark part here, all of this, is supposed to be gold. It's probably just with the lighting that we're using. So it looks a lot better in person. I personally don't like this one, how they did the foil stamping, but some of them look a lot better than others. The one I really do like is the Super Rare, or SR hit. I forget what they call them in this game. I apologize again. Coming from Bushy Road Games or Force Will, I'm just going to call them Super Rares. I really do like the SR hit, so hopefully we open one of those so you guys can see what that looks like. So as we're going through this, as we're kind of recording this video, drop us a note in the comments. Let us know what leaders that you're looking for too. This is actually one of my favorite ones out of the first set. Again, just with critical on both sides is absolutely absurd. And quite honestly, in our testing, I found this to be the most consistent leader. Again, we don't know if it's going to be best of 1 or not yet. It's not the most powerful, but it is the most consistent. So if the game becomes best of 1, at the time of this recording, it's not decided yet. I would stick with Vegeta. If it's best of 3, I might consider Broly or Frieza. Again, we'd only done a few weeks worth of testing with some proxies and whatnot, and some other guys used to play Kaijudo. We're proxying up some decks as well. Poopy Rare King Cold. So we'll see what that ends up looking like. Again, it would be great if we opened up a God Pack, but for right now, I think people have only mentioned that they gotten the God Packs out of the special booster packs, and I forget what the name of them that they're calling them, but basically you get a, I probably realized I should have been flipping these too, but the leader side's pretty vanilla. You get them with the Vegeta promo. Here's actually a nice rare, the rare Burly leader. This is kind of the card I was talking about. So what I really like about him is, in the same effect that critical really destroys the catch-up mechanic in this game, Broly has an effect that when he attacks your opponent, you both have to discard a card. If you have Broly's ring, your opponent has to discard a card, and that can actually go a very far way in this game. Broly is very much focused on attacking your opponent's hand and having these like 30,000 or 30k attackers, which are just absolutely mean. I gotta say that's the Broly deck is really fun. I just wish it was more consistent, and there's not much you can really do about that. If you're on the draw, you just have to have that first attack every turn with Broly, and if you don't have the ring in play, it's going to feel super bad. So Super Saiyan Gotenks. This card was actually the MVP for me in draft, I gotta say. Being able to activate 2 energy and draw a card, and it's a 25 power body, surprisingly good. I'm not sure how it's going to be in Constructed, but in draft, I think it won me like 2 or 3 games, actually. It was really, really good in draft. Frieza's Call, that was actually a good one for the Frieza deck. Again, it's kind of more of a, you're trying to assemble Voltron, if you will, so not as, ooh, there we go. Super rare Elite Force Captain Ginyu. So I'm going to leave it on this so you guys can get a close-up. Again, you can't really see those gold bands. There we go. I guess I tilt it far enough, you can see the gold on it. I really do like this card. I think this is very well done for how they did the gold stamping. And I like that all the Ginyu cards match up together, so I gotta give a huge props to Bandai on that one. You know, they really did that in a nice way. But this guy gives all your dudes plus 10,000 power and double strike for the duration of turn. So this is really your... You flood the board until turn 6, you play this guy, and it's very hard for your opponent to just not die on the spot. So, yeah, the Ginyu Force deck is a lot of fun to play. You know, I don't think it's the best deck. Maybe it's tier like 1.5, I'll say. Because if you can get it off, it just feels great, but it's just not consistent enough because you're playing, anytime you open up random chance to be a key part of your deck, it doesn't feel great, but it again, is fun as hell to play. Then we have a Raging Attacker Vegeta, nice counterplay card. And again, I'm trying to go through these just kind of fast just to get the art out there. It's late, and I want to just get this done in part 2. But yeah, feel free to stop the video so you can read the cards for the effects. The camera should be in good enough focus as we're kind of going through this. And it's of course always exciting to see what we get. So another Frieza, so unfortunately that's a duplicate, and you only need 1 leader, so very much the same problem that Force of Will had. You open up rares, and you only need 1, so those leaders end up becoming like $1, $2 cards, like nobody wants them. And as we just saw, especially with Frieza, we just opened 2 in 1 box. So, you know, where Bandai does a few things right, and not that they can really prevent much about it because they're just rares at the end of the day, there's certainly some drawbacks to opening sealed product. Man, that's kind of a bummer. Open another Champa. Not a card that we really want to see too much. Maybe there's a red deck out there. We haven't had the chance to play test it a lot since before we quit. But there could be something there. I personally like the SR hit instead because when you evolve into it, it deals 2 damage. And basically both those cards want to be involved into, and just being able to deal 2 damage straight up to your opponent is absurdly good in this game, I gotta say. Especially when you only have 8 life, if you want to think about it that way. So going through a couple more cards, another... And quite a few duplicates, it seems. I mean, I know the set's small, but it is kind of surprising to see that in so few packs. But got about 6 packs or so here rather left. So we're just gonna keep going through these. Actually, I will stop and say a minute that this Boo has got to be probably the best 1-drop in the game. I mean, it's absolutely absurd. It says. Negate an attack, draw a card is what it should basically say. Very, very strong card in testing. Another full power Frieza. We opened up 2 of these in draft actually, and we just took it so our other people in the pod couldn't get them. Yeah, looks like about 6 cards left, 6 packs left. So again, Frieza's Call, really important card in the Frieza's army because it gives you that turn 1 play every game. Obviously after turn 1, it's not nearly as good, but any ones that you draw after that, you just put in energy. You don't care that much about it. Winnie the Pooh. And then we have another SR, Godbreak Son Goku. Again, 30k power, does cost 7, which is a little bit much for this game. But your opponent can activate counters, and they can't use blockers against it. So this is a card that your opponent just has to have enough cards in hand, or it's going to be getting in for 2 points of damage. So it is certainly a finisher, and that is the fifth super rare in the box. So that's actually pretty good. I will say that pull rates in this game feel pretty generous, coming from Force of Will, Final Fantasy, just playing a bunch of different games. Bushy Road games, obviously, which have gotten better too because they changed their pull rates. And we're of course really looking forward to Dragoborne. Their pull rates. All right, Raging Champa, Kaba. Maybe see some plays in some red deck, not much. Anywho, Bushy Road recently changed their pull ratio, so you can get 2 rares in a pack, and it replaces the common slot. So there's more value in a Bushy Road box in terms of pull ratios overall, or should be overall. But because these are 12 cards per pack, you're technically getting more cards per pack in a Dragon Ball Super box. So if all you care about is card count, then yeah, another Vados, unfortunately. Dragon Ball Super game is fairly generous. So we only got 3 packs here left, so we're going to hope for something good out of these last few packs. I mean, one more super rare would be nice. Hitting one of those full arts would be nice as well, but I think the full arts they said is 1 every 4 boxes, I guess. So those cards are probably still going to be, you know, $30 to $50, I guess, depending on how playable they are. Another King Cold, unfortunately. All right, 2 packs left. What are they going to be? And by now, you've probably stopped the video if you cared or have seen all these cards already. Outside of the rares or super rares, so I'm just going to go really quickly through these last few cards. Oh, another nice, another SR, and this was kind of the Burly that I was talking about. So I'll give this a moment to let you focus in on this. So again, the artwork is insane, and the gold, not as much in this, so you can't really see it, I guess, with the lights I'm using, unfortunately. But 30k attacker, and your opponent has to discard 2 cards at random. I mean, this card has been an absolute house. I really wish the Burly deck was more consistent, but you absolutely need 4 of these if you're running the Burly deck or any green deck. I mean, this is just probably the best, well, I guess in this case, it is the best 6-drop green card in the game currently, or one of the best green cards, period. But the problem is it costs 6, and you have to have 4 green energy, specifically as denoted in this top corner. So it does restrict you in terms of what type of deck you're playing it in. But overall, the card has just been really, really good for us. So, you know what, we're not even going to waste time. We're going to go to the last one. Oh, there we go. The last pack, we hit I'm calling them full arts. I don't know what in the world. They call them secret rares, I guess. And it is the one that I had talked about. It is Lightning Fast Hit. And I really do hate the art on this one, I gotta say. It's the same as the leader art. It's the same art as one of the other cards. The super rare, or SR other artwork is better in my opinion. But again, much like Pokemon, I think these full arts are just absolutely beautiful. And it's a shame how rare they are. You know, so they are going to be a bit of a pain to get, but you know, probably not the best one to open, but it's certainly still a good one regardless. So that we got very lucky on. And then just to kind of recap our other cards, as soon as that focus, have a Broly, a Godbreak Son Goku, Destructive Terror Champa, and again, we did get 2 of those. Fortunately, unfortunately, able to determine. I haven't looked up any prices for this. Elite Force Captain Ginyu, and a Golden Frieza Resurrected Terror. So again, guys, if you want to see more content for Dragon Ball Super on the channel, again, it's going to be largely depend on what kind of locals are playing and what that brings in. We'll see. Again, if there's a good crowd on Sundays and we record some videos, maybe we get finals, maybe get some top 4 matches. We don't know yet. But if you guys want to see content, again, get out to Ziege Games in Howell, Michigan, Sundays, 4 o'clock. I think we have about 20 players that are interested, and I'd really love to see this game take off. But again, we have to see who's all going to be sticking around and what that looks like. So if you like the video, make sure to drop us a like, comment down below what your favorite card is that we opened, or if you want to see more Dragon Ball Super TCG content. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next 6 Sages Gaming unboxing video. Have a good one. This video made possible by the patron support of viewers such as yourself. Thank you to our honorary sages.